Hello and welcome to the Shoegazing 93 channel, and today I had the privilege of speaking to Jim Robertson, the former manager of 1,000 Yard Stare, who played at the Slough Festival in 1991, where these pictures behind me are from. That's Rachel from Slowdive and Mark Gardner from Ride there. They were on the bill with Curve, Revolver, Slowdive and Ride. And they were kind of they had a baggy sound, but they did have a shoegaze classic in the single Comeuppance. Great tremolo pedal on the guitar near the end. If you listen to the full version, there's great tremolo effects and other things going on near the end of the song. And Jim works at my local record store. So I thought I would take this opportunity to do a quick interview with him. I think you guys would find it interesting. And yeah, he's also done some work with 4AD, the record label. But yeah, let's hear it. Comeuppance, 1,000 Yard Stare. Check that song out, and here's my 5-minute interview with Jim. So enjoy. How do you start managing 1,000 Yard Stare?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I used to run a venue in Windsor, a hall attached to a pub called the Old Trout. I actually called it Psychic Dance Hall after a song by The Fall. And I used to do indie shows there mostly. And 1,000 Yard Stare were a local band, and they were starting to get a bit of a following, and they did a couple of support slots for me. And then I helped them get on some shows with another indie band at that time called 530. And then they got noticed by Steve Lamacq at the NME. And he championed them a bit, wrote about them a bit, and suddenly it seemed to be a surge of interest in them. Now, I'd managed before, and was probably the person that they knew best in the area who could help them. And so I took on the management of the band, and within 6 months we had a record deal with Polydor, having turned down many other major labels, and a publishing deal with Warner Chappell, and top 40 album and a top 40 single, and tour with James just after Sit Down had been a hit for James. We did half of that tour, each did the other half, but we did about 15 shows with them all over UK. Tim Booth from James had seen the band in a tent, playing in a tent at Reading Festival. And after we did the James tour, and after we had the bit of top 40 album and top 40 single, we played on the main stage at Reading the following year.
Yeah, very cool, yeah.
And to condense it all as much as I can, we had a decent amount of indie chart success, a decent amount of top 75, but we were overtaken by grunge, by Nirvana, and by Mudhoney, and all the papers were suddenly writing about all of these, and what we did they considered to be finished with, and it was very, very hard to recover from that kind of like dismissal by all the press of the type of music that we played.
Yeah, thank you. Another question. So what was that top 40 single?
The top 40 single was called Comeuppance.
Comeuppance, yeah.
Yeah, Comeuppance went into the chart at 37, and the following week the album went into the top 100 albums at 38. And I remember when there was a Friday afternoon show on Radio 1 at that time, there was for years and years, and it was still running at that time, called Round Table, where some of the new releases that week were reviewed by whoever the guests were, DJ and whoever the guests were. And we were on that Comeuppance, with Comeuppance. And the guests were Jim Bob from Carter the Unstoppable Sex Machine, who liked it, because he knew us.
Yeah.
He knew the band. We played together in New York.
Okay.
And Kylie Minogue. who didn't get it at all.
Some big people, yeah.
Kylie Minogue said, "I don't understand what that was all about."
Yeah.
It wasn't her thing,
No.
but it didn't stop it going top 40 for 1 week.
Brilliant,
But
yeah.
not quite high enough to get top of the pops, which might make a difference.
Fantastic, yeah. And did you think they were ever part of a scene?
Well,
Did they ever lock into a scene or not?
around about that time, in 1991, I did the Slough Festival, which
The Slough Festival,
the
yeah.
Slough Festival is now referred to as the Shoegaze
Yeah,
Woodstock.
I gave that booklet to you, didn't I, from Sonic Cathedral?
That's it.
Yeah,
Well, they call that the Shoegaze Woodstock now, and we were on that. We
brilliant.
were on that show, as was Slowdive.
Slowdive, yeah. Yeah.
And Ride and Curve.
Curve are really good, yeah.
So I guess we were kind of bracketed. It was more like indie pop, jangly pop, but we were kind of bracketed in that
Yeah.
shoegaze kind of thing, which I don't think the band would ever have agreed with. But it wasn't a bad thing at the time. It helped us along.
Yeah, it's more appreciated now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. And that's it. Yeah, that's all I need.
Okay.
So thank you very much.
Not at all.